welcome back. The Bergstrom Stateline Quiz Bowl finale is Friday night, and two amazingly smart teams will face off, and one will walk away with the win. The last time host Eric Wilson was here, we were halfway through Season 5 of the Bergstrom Stateline Quiz Bowl. Now we're down to two teams, kind of.
Sort of, right? So
yes.
If you watched the show last night, you know who our two finalists are, but technically we still have a match. So if you haven't watched yet, tonight's game will be against Belvedere and Winnebago.
Yes.
And you'll figure out who actually will face Auburn in our finale.
It's like the basketball thing when they give out the bracket and those two teams are on the same line.
That's right.
You know,
yeah,
I
so
always
we've got
think
one
they're
side of
the
the bracket
same.
is done. We've got one side that still has a game to play.
Okay, so we're super excited though because we're like down to the end almost.
It is. It's really exciting. It's hard to believe what it feels like we just started. I think a lot of these players though are kind of anxious and they're ready to get to them. It almost feels like it's been a really long time because the way our taping schedule is kind of weird too. So it's not we're not the taping isn't stretched out throughout the whole.
It's like
fall.
Jeopardy.
Yeah, we'll do a bunch at a time, and then we'll take a little bit of break and do another bunch. So.
Well, I saw the giant trophies when I walked in today, so
pretty impressive, right?
I know. I'm a little jealous I'm not on either of these teams. So tell us a little bit about the teams that are still in it. We have some seniors who are leading the way, right?
Yeah, I mean, and Auburn, this is fifth year of Quiz Bowl, and Auburn is up for their fifth title. I mean, they've won 4 of them so far. That's obviously all that we had, but so they are always the team to beat. They have some pretty talented players. Their captain, Ethan Strombeck, who's been playing since he was this tall. Now he's this tall. Well, all 4 years, really, and just super fast on the buzzer. But the other two teams too, Zane on Winnebago and Nick on Belvedere. They are two captains who also answer a ton of questions every game, and really, it's tough to say that there's. I don't think any team really says we're good because of one player, right? Everybody contributes when they need to, but certainly those three that I mentioned really lead their teams pretty strongly.
They got the Michael Jordan in them.
Yeah, a little bit, When they need to make that clutch shot, that's who you want to have the ball.
It's funny when you're talking about high schoolers, though, that have been on for their whole career because boys in high school grow a lot.
Sure, well, and Ethan's a great example of that, but anybody who's watched the show consecutively for all these seasons has watched these kids grow up as they've played the game.
So we talked about the trophy. Sure. It's large. It's like this big. Yeah, I think so. Right. I didn't touch it. I didn't carry it. It looked heavy.
It's heavy to lift, right?
Yeah. So that's not all that's on the line, though.
No, there's some scholarship money. So the winning team will get $5,000 in scholarship money, and the runner-up team gets $2,500. That's given to the team, courtesy of our parent company, Nexstar Broadcasting. So they are providing that prize money for these students for their hard work.
Awesome job, Nexstar. So the Tournament of Champions is something that's coming up too. So first Friday night is the local champions.
Right. So that's the finale between Auburn and then whoever wins tonight's game against Belvedere and Winnebago. But our Tournament of Champions, this is the second year that we've done it, was a pretty big success. We draw teams from all over the state of Illinois, and then that tournament, so they come here to play the game, but that tournament is actually aired in other Nexstar stations across the state. So we have our two local teams this year competing are Rockford Auburn and Belvedere. Last year I think it was Belvedere and Boylan who competed. I have to cheat on this list because we have some new teams here. Fremd, which is actually last year's Tournament of Champions champion out of Palatine, they're coming back as well. So is Sandburg from Orland Park. They were here last year. And then Beacon Academy from Evanston is a new team. And then Champaign Centennial is back. From Peoria we'll have Dunlap. And Quad Cities is being represented by Newman Central Catholic.
So do they all have like games that they play to earn this spot, or how do they get in?
It's an invitational, so kind of like word of mouth. The Quiz Bowl and Academic Bowl community in the state is really pretty small, and everybody knows who's really good. So we reach out to these teams. We reach out to the teams who we know are going to do a really good job. We also reach out to teams who it maybe fits their schedule because the taping doesn't fit everyone's schedule. In fact, last year our two local teams weren't the two top teams in our tournament because they couldn't make it because of scheduling conflicts. So we kind of went down the list and figured out who would fit. But so it just fits. It really depends a lot on whose schedule works out for the tournament because we really tape. It's a couple of days on a weekend, and then we run those shows for another 8 weeks in the summer. Right.
So this Friday night, we'll find out who is competing officially tonight.
Tonight.
And then Friday night
on Fox 39.
Yes.
At 9:30.
Friday night is the finale live.
It is live.
Okay, that's what I heard.
Live TV, a little bit scary, right?
Are you ready to host the quiz show
There's a
live?
little
I'm
bit
sure
more
you've done it
pressure.
before.
I have done it a couple of times before, but it doesn't. I don't think it makes it any less stressful. But we have a great crew around us that really, and producers who make my job really easy. So as long as I can read for the most part and don't give an incorrect answer or tell someone that they're wrong when they're right or vice versa, we'll be okay. So yeah, that starts at 6:30.
Okay.
We have a little bit of a pregame. Gameplay will start a little bit after 7, and then we'll wrap things up at 8 o'clock on Friday.
And then we'll have a champion.
We will crown a champion. We'll see if Auburn does it again.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know them all that well, but I'm just going to go ahead and say I'm rooting for Auburn. Is that okay?
Careful, you can say whatever you want.
I'm going to root for them. They're alphabetically first on the list.
Makes sense.
So, Tournament of Champions, when will that be then?
Then it starts that following week. So
Okay.
they're the same times as the Quiz Bowl has
Okay.
throughout the season, but it starts the following week and it'll run for 8 weeks after that.
Oh, wow. So it's a whole nother shebang.
Yeah.
Are you
Another
ready?
2 months. Yeah, I think so.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for
I have
coming.
the easy job. You're welcome. Anytime.
Yeah, you don't have to make up the questions, right?
That's
Didn't I ask
right.
you that
I just
last
read
time
them.
you were
I don't have
here?
to. I don't have to come up with them at all. I don't have to answer them. All the answers are in front of me.
That's not, no cards are really the best, aren't they?
They are.
Thank you for coming, Eric. Before we take a quick break, let's see what's going on around town.